Honestly,
Nevermind.
Nevermind. Well, Drake dropped an album.
Honestly, Nevermind.
And honestly, all right, let me keep it real. I did not listen to the album.
I did.
We
Twice.
off mic made a deal. It's okay to tell him?
You can tell him.
I did not want to listen to Drake, and D does not want to listen to Beyonce. So we're doing a swap. So she listened.
Teamwork.
That's right. She listened to Honestly Nevermind.
Twice.
And I'm going to listen to Renaissance
Act 1.
Act 1.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to let you start because I have a lot to say, but I didn't hear the album. And so they deserve an honest review of the album, I think, whatever that may be. And so when you're done, I'll say my piece.
I want to preface this by saying that I'm a Drake fan.
Okay.
I listen to Drake's albums. Whenever Drake has an album that comes out, I listen to it at least once.
And that's why I thought you were good for this. Because I say all the time, I am not the biggest Drake fan. I think Drake is super talented. And when Drake really raps, I be hype as shit. Like, that shit make me want to get my pen out and be like, all right, hold on. It's been a minute since I wrote something. Let me...
And, yes. And
like,
you know
all those
what?
records with the times?
Yes.
4 a.m. here, 7 a.m. there, noon over here, midnight over there.
He goes off.
I fucking love all of those. I be hype as fuck.
He goes off.
But anyway, go ahead. You first.
Here's the thing, right?
But well, let's ask that. Was there one of those on this record?
No.
See?
Well, okay. So I am a Drake fan. I consider myself a Drake fan.
Okay.
I will say that the last couple of albums I really didn't care for. I know that I'm going to get killed for not liking More Life, but I didn't care for More Life. And a lot of people have said that...
What's on More Life?
Passion
what would
Fruit.
I know? Okay. Oh, okay.
I didn't care for Passion Fruit. I know that a lot of people love Passion Fruit. I know that a lot of people loved More Life. And not only that, I'm
just looking up what else was on
some people are saying that if you liked More Life, this album, you would connect with this album, right? So here's the thing, right? The first time I listened to it, it sounded like complete and utter chaos.
Okay.
I will say this too. Before I started listening to it, when I looked at it in Apple Music, I noticed immediately that it didn't say rap, it didn't say hip hop, it said dance.
I heard about that.
And so I said, oh, okay, well, this should be interesting. I didn't know what that meant. It sounded like complete and utter chaos to me.
I don't know any of these songs.
It sounded like chaos. It sounded like confusion. It sounded like chaos and confusion.
Okay.
And again, I have listened to...
But we talking about More Life or...
Oh, no, we're talking about Honestly Nevermind.
I'm going to laugh every time I say that title. Just a heads up.
We're talking about Honestly Nevermind. It is, in my opinion, complete and utter chaos. Now, is there cohesion? Sure. Yes. Does it seem like cohesion, meaning, does it sound like he put a body of work together? Yes. When I say chaos, I mean the music itself, like song by song. Like I'm listening to a song and I'm like, what's happening?
Okay.
It's like sensory overload for me.
Okay.
That's what I mean by chaos.
So let me ask you a question. So is it that, are we talking about the mix? Are we talking about the amount of sounds on the beat? Are we talking about the beat plus Drake? What about it is chaotic?
The sounds, to me, are chaotic.
So like there's a lot of sounds on the beats.
Yes.
Okay.
So Drake sounded like Drake sing-songy Drake to me. And okay, here's the thing. I don't have a problem with sing-songy Drake. I know you do. I don't have a problem with sing-songy Drake. What I have a problem with is too much sing-songy Drake, because I like rapping ass rapper Drake.
I love rapping Drake, and that's exactly what I was just saying
Yeah.
about all those times. That's why I specifically mentioned those times or those tracks, whatever y'all want to
Right.
call them. But when Drake do a time and when it's always a time, 4 a.m. in the closet, 5 a.m.
Right.
at the pizza shop. Y'all know what I'm saying.
And I also like when he's able to blend rapping ass rapper Drake with sing-songy Drake, because he does that well also.
Sometimes he does.
Sure.
Listen, I'm saying for me personally.
I know, but I'm just
because you know what I can't get with? I can't get when this nigga's mid rap and then just bust out in a girl. I fucking hate that. It'd be like 8 bars in, and I'm like, oh, this nigga's going off, and I know the beat switch is coming. When the beat switch, he gonna really go nuts. He's like, yeah, because I was counting all the money, and then niggas started acting funny. Girl.
That's what she said to me. And then goes back into his rap.
And no, he just keeps singing after that and shit. And that's why I be mad. Because I'm like, oh man, he's going in. Because you know by now the beats are, we know the patterns where you could just be like, drums coming out. Mm-hmm. Drums coming back in. Hi-hats coming in. And when that switch is coming, as an MC, as a music hip-hop fan, as the deacon of the house of hip-hop, I get excited when that's coming. I'm like, ooh, he about to do some shit. And he knows because he be building up. Yeah, and you like, oh man, when the beat switch, this nigga's gonna go nuts. And then he's going in. The beat switch, he be, girl.
And then he gets sing-songy.
And then he'll sing for the next 8 bars instead of rapping. So he'll rap 8 bars. He'll do that, girl.
You got somebody other than me.
See? And then that nigga will do the hook 4 times in a row, 6 times in a row, and then he'll never rap again. Or he'll start rapping and do that same shit again.
So rapping as Drake is, I mean, chef's kiss. Like, you know what you're getting there.
Yeah. And you get it.
And you get it.
He delivers.
He does. And again, I'm okay with the hybrid too. I'm okay with him doing a little bit and then doing a little bit of the rapping ass rapper Drake and then doing his sing-songy Drake. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with full songs that are very sing-songy as long as the album is balanced. As long as I get both, those are the albums that stick out to me more. Or the ones where he does more rapping ass rapper Drake.
That exists.
I mean, debatable. But sure.
I'm asking. I stopped listening to full Drake albums a long time ago.
I think it used to exist. I think the more people dive into his sing-songy stuff and the more people, like, the sing-songy stuff goes viral for one reason or another, I think he leans more into the sing-songy stuff because he knows that people like when he gets in that bag. Okay. The masses like when he gets in that bag. So sure. My issue with this though is that he's that Drake. He's like sing-songy Drake, but then it's over these weird beats. And maybe I shouldn't call them weird because I think that in certain regions, Drake is probably going to do very well.
Okay, what makes them weird? The chaotic, too many sounds?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not into like EDM and stuff like that.
Oh, because that was my next question. I was going to say, is it that they're different genres? Because like you said, the album says dance.
Right. It sounds like a different genre. It doesn't sound like, to me, it doesn't sound like hip hop. It sounds more like house music than anything else. And I don't even have a problem with house music.
So this is not One Dance or what's the other shit from the same album?
I think it's close to one. Some of it is a bit close to One Dance.
Okay.
Not all of it, but some of it is. One Dance, and then what is the other one?
It's the same album. And
Controller. That was Views.
It's the same album, no?
Yeah, that was Views. I'm just
Oh, okay. I got what you're saying.
yeah. Controller.
And One Dance are both views.
Yeah, I didn't like the album.
Views or
No,
oh, because okay, good.
honestly,
I
never
just want to be
mind.
clear for them.
I'm bringing it back. I didn't like the album. I listened to it twice, and I don't like it. It's not for me, and I don't think I've heard people say his album is shitty. It's this, it's that, and I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to call it shitty. I don't know if I want to say it's a bad album. I just don't think it. I don't think Drake. I don't think Drake made this album for people who are fans of rapping Drake. I don't think he. I don't think he made it for us. I think he made it for a different audience that has nothing to do with us.
Okay.
And I don't know why. Maybe it's just something he likes. We know that Drake likes to experiment with different cultures and uh
for whole albums.
not for whole albums, but I'm just saying we know he likes to experiment. We know that he just signed that huge deal, and so maybe he's trying to get his shit off.
Oh, you didn't say what I thought you was gonna say. Okay.
He's just like, hey, I like this kind of music. Y'all didn't know I like this, but I like this, so I'm gonna give it to y'all. It's kind of like when who is it? Candy Burrs from Escape, who writes for everybody, and she's made music. She's made solo music. Obviously, she's been in the group of Escape. One day she was like, I want to do country music.
And that's it then.
And so she worked with a bunch of country artists because she wants to do country music.
She got her Man in the Woods on.
This feels like that. This feels like him being like, I think it would be cool to like be in the Vegas clubs and because like I said, I think this is going to be very regional. I think in certain places, I've heard people talk about Jersey dance music, house music, or whatever. I know the people who like house music will probably enjoy this album way more than people who don't really listen to it. I think if the DJs in Vegas play this album, at least some of the cuts from this album, it'll do well. It's Drake. People are going to find a way to bump to Drake regardless, right? Like, people are shitting on the album now, but give them a couple weeks and people will figure out a way to like at least some of the songs on the album. I believe that. Me, I don't think I'm going back to it. I think I'm done with it. I've listened to it twice now. And it's not to say that there aren't a couple of songs that are decent. I couldn't tell you what they're called. I don't know. I didn't commit it to memory because I didn't care.
Were there any songs that like you loved and would play on repeat
Loved?
mode?
No.
Okay.
No. Because again, it felt like chaos to me. It just felt like what's happening here? I walked out of the room, I went back into the room, and it was still. And I waited a couple of days before I listened to it the second time. I didn't want to listen to it back to back. I wanted to kind of take a break and go back to it so that I could listen to it with fresh ears. I don't want to listen to that again.
Fresh ears didn't help.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
I heard he only raps on one song. Is that true?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Okay. You said a minute ago that you like the albums where Drake is rapidy rap Drake. And that you feel like this album was not for those fans. My question is, what album was? What's the last album where rapidy rap Drake, quote unquote, was most of the album?
It's been a while.
Certified Lover Boy?
I didn't like Certified Lover Boy. I didn't. I haven't liked the last couple
that's why
of Drake
I'm asking
albums.
you. That's why I'm asking the question, because you said that he sometimes. You said that those are the Drake albums you really like. So then, what's the last Drake album you really liked? I don't know the order of Drake's albums. I don't listen to him enough to know. I know a bunch of his albums, like I could say them, but where they fall in chronological order, I don't know. I probably know most of his albums,
I'm sure
but
you
I
do.
don't know where they fall in the chronological order of his discography.
Maybe Scorpion? Scorpion was the double album.
Scorpion was the double album. Allegedly, one was rapping, one was singing.
Yeah.
I said allegedly.
I was.
No, don't go back in time. What is the most recent Drake album that you really enjoyed? That's the question. I know I'm putting you on the hot seat, but don't worry. I'm
You
about to take
are.
all the fire once you're done. Don't worry. Because I have a fuck ton to say.
I didn't mind. I didn't mind Views. I liked Views.
You said it was whack 2 minutes ago.
No,
Right.
I didn't.
I'm a,
I said
when
more,
when
I
this
said,
comes out, I'm going to put it up.
I said More Life.
You say you didn't like. Oh, okay. You say you didn't like Controller.
No, I said I didn't like Passion Fruit.
Okay.
And Passion Fruit was on More Life. I didn't like More Life.
Got it. Okay.
I would say Views was the last album I liked.
Okay. So Views came out what year?
2016.
So you haven't liked the last how many projects?
I didn't have a problem with Scorpion. Scorpion came after. Scorpion was 2018. Okay. I just didn't really go back to Scorpion the way I've gone back to other Drake albums, which is why I don't want to put that. I don't want to rank that.
So the most
high.
recent one is Scorpion that you liked.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
That was 2018.
Okay.
And then after that, after that was Certified Lover Boy, and honestly, Nevermind.
Honestly, Nevermind.
But if I had to rank them, I wouldn't put Scorpion at the top. So
no, just recent. Not just what's the most recent one? You said Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Anything else on this album before I go?
Why did he do this?
Why did he respond?
Why didn't he respond? I forgot about that because that really got to me.
Put him on.
That got to me. So Drake responded.
What did he respond to?
He responded to the backlash. People went all over Twitter and the internets and said that they didn't understand what was happening. People likened his album to the music that you hear when you go to H&M and Forever 21. People said a lot of things. I mean, a lot of it was funny, but when you think about it, that must be hard to hear. So Drake then said, well, y'all don't get it yet. I'll wait. Y'all don't understand. He said people don't get it. And, he'll just sit back and wait until people basically said that he's ahead of his time. And that people haven't caught up to it yet. That's what a lot of people who I guess are considered like of very high talent, either they say it or people who apologize for them say it. And because you're so genius, it's kind of like when people speak about Kanye sometimes. Oh, Kanye!
I fucking knew you was gonna bring him up. That's why I was caressing the dresses. I was like, yo, she's gonna bring up Kanye any minute now.
I was trying not to, but how can you not bring it up? Because he's the number one person that people say that about. People constantly will apologize for Kanye and the things that Kanye does and says, and even music that may not be that great, right? People constantly apologize for Kanye by saying he's so out of this world genius that no one gets it but him. I hate that shit. And that's exactly what Drake did about himself, about his album. Drake was like, I'm so far gone.
I'm so far ahead of my time. I'm about to start another life. Right. Look behind you. I'm about to pass you.
He's like,
twice.
I'm so far gone beyond you people that y'all don't even get this shit yet. I hate that shit because you know what? You put out music for us in the sense that you put out music that you know we're gonna listen to, that we're gonna consume. We're either gonna like it or we're not gonna like it. We're either gonna play it a million times or we're not gonna play it. As much as you would like to say, "Oh, you put out music for you," if you're making music for you, you could just keep it to yourself. But the moment you put it on Apple Music and Spotify, it's for all of us. And then you have the nerve to turn around because people didn't like it. In droves, people came out and said they didn't understand it. They didn't like it. And you're going to tell people that you're just so out of this world. You're just so beyond anything that we could understand yet. Nigga, please. Now you can go. Please, take the floor.
All right. I ain't listen to this shit. I already told y'all we're doing a swap. I'll be listening to Queen Bee next month.
You sound thrilled.
I'm not thrilled about Beyonce. I'm thrilled about the fact that it's my turn. Okay. So first, I heard an interesting theory that I'm going to throw out there before I hit it hard. Mm-hmm. Pause. Someone said, I won't say who, but someone said they think Drake made this album to try to compete with Bad Bunny.
Why would he do that?
Bad Bunny is the #1 streamed artist in the world. Oh, okay. And they said this has the tempos of a Bad Bunny album.
Really?
I don't listen to Bad Bunny. I don't know. I'm not one of the people who stream him around the world. I got nothing bad to say about Bad Bunny. I don't have
any beef with Bad Bunny. I just don't know
what a Bad Bunny album sounds like. And so I can't compare. I can't agree or disagree. I'm just saying I thought that was an interesting analogy, conversation, theory. Mm-hmm. It was a discussion that I heard somewhere. Mm-hmm. And that's what this person said. They said, listen, I think Son is trying to keep up with Bad Bunny.
Maybe that's true. I don't know anything.
I just thought it was interesting. I said, hey, let me throw it out there and see. Now, I got a lot to say. I'm gonna try to get it all out in a way that will make sense.
Get it off your chest.
Well, it's because I don't want it to sound jumbled and like I'm just saying a bunch of words. Okay. I want to hit certain points. Mm-hmm. So where we start? Let's start with the album. Drake made an album and purposely did not put it in hip hop. My first question is, why are you biting Kanye? Kanye just made isn't it 2 albums? I'm asking, it's 2 albums, right? Donda and Donda 2. Yeah. That are gospel albums. Mm-hmm. So what happened? Because Kanye just won a bunch of Grammys, you said, oh, nigga, I know what I'm going to do. I tell you, I'm coming in hot, baby.
I didn't realize that it was.
So you said, right. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put out an album under dance. Because who the fuck is making dance music right now? Who's the #1 artist in the dance category? Don't fucking know, but I bet you they can't compete with Drake unless it's somebody with the caliber of Bad Bunny.
Right.
Easy way to win a Grammy. Easy way to sweep the Grammys. Ha, I did it too. That's #1. My next point is, I think he did both of the 2 things I'm about to say, because of his new deal. I think Drake is, one, trying to conquer a quote-unquote smaller category, because in case y'all don't know, hip-hop is the #1 genre of music in the world today. It's not a question, it's a fact. Hip-hop is the #1 genre in the world today. That's why pop sounds like hip-hop. That's why everything sounds like hip-hop. Because hip-hop is the #1 genre in the world today. Mm-hmm. So Drake said, I'm going to get up out of there for a minute. Let me slide over.
Slide on over.
2 steps to the left. 1 step to the right.
Take it back now, y'all.
That is a song that I know every word to and fucking hate. Fucking Cha-Cha Slide. That's some dumb shit. Okay. I hate that fucking song. Back to my Drake shit. So, I think Drake said, hey, I am going to slide out this category and try to slide into the Grammys because I just got this new deal. And I'm going to show Universal the power I have because I just stepped in the building. To recap, we said this on another pod, but to recap, Drake got a 360 deal. Yeah. He signed everything that he does over for the next, I believe, 5 years. Could be wrong. Look it up. Search it up like the kids say. But for the next couple of years, everything and anything that Drake does, Universal is responsible for and will be taking in most of the revenue for because they paid him a large lump sum. Allegedly, it's 450 million. Many people are saying it's probably double that number, more like 800 mil. Mm-hmm. And I think he's trying to show them, hey, look at me. Look what I can do, Mom. I can do. Look, Mom, no hands.
I said, look, Ma, no hands. Shout out to Waka Flocka.
And the other reason, I'm not saying no. You can shout out Waka Flocka, shout him out again.
No, I'm good now.
Okay. I think the next thing he's doing is phoning it in. And I'm going to tell you why. Story time, folks. Once upon a time, there was a man named Allen Houston. He was a guard for the New York Knicks. Mm-hmm. The Knicks re-signed Allen Houston for $100 million.
Evil.
$100 million. He was hot. He was the man. They was comparing him to Kobe, all type of fly shit.
This was before his Achilles tendonitis.
And you know what happened the next couple seasons? Allen Houston couldn't make a motherfucking shot. Allen Houston was not playing ball at all. No. Nigga was wide open from the perimeter where he's usually cash money. Threw it up.
Yeah, he used to stand at the 3-point line and just go like a little.
Just airballing, just for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bodied it in practice. Made the whole team look bad, but now we playing on TNT and all those other channels. Guess what?
Do this thing where he like wiped his and you just.
I got my 100 mil. Fuck the Knicks. I think that's what Drake is doing. I think Drake is saying, hey, listen, fans. Hey, listen. I got my bread, baby. Y'all gonna have to take whatever I give y'all because, listen, I got mine. And I know what a 360 deal, part of a 360 deal is, and y'all can look this up. This is facts. I ain't making this shit up. When you have a 360 deal, you're signing away most of your revenue, 80% of your revenue, 85% of your revenue, 90% of your revenue to the label. Why? Because the label is going to do all the things that we spoke about on other pods. They're going to put you in the Target commercials. They're going to put you with Sprite. They're going to put you at Nautica. They're going to put you in all these fly spots. You're going to have a bigger tour than you ever had before. And you're going to have a tour with whoever the hot person is, so you could be making all the bread and get all the quote-unquote looks. It's called the 360 deal. That's what Drake got. So if they going to do all that shit, who gives a fuck what I make?
Right.
Which brings me to my next point. You said Drake rapped on one song. Mm-hmm. Okay. Drake rapped on one song. How many songs on the album? 15, 20?
I think 17.
17. It's okay. Guesstimates are cool. You want to be actual factual? Go ahead, I'll give you a second.
I'm just trying to be...
You should think about it. Take a second. Bing.
Bing, bing, bing.
And think before you fuck with little skateboard P.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. And when a bitch get an attitude. 14. I lied.
14 songs. You know what that nigga said? He said, honestly, Nevermind.
I mean, I think that's, yeah. I think that's why the album is called Honestly Nevermind.
You know what that nigga said? That nigga said, oh, J. Cole dropped some heat. And he probably made this before Kendrick's albums came out. Mm-hmm. But let's be real. Kendrick's album came out. Sure, Drake heard it. And I think that's part of why he got the fuck out the way. And that's okay.
Well,
Hold on.
okay.
And that's okay. But now let's take the conversation away from Drake for just a second and talk to Drake fans. I really need niggas to chill the fuck out. I'm not the kind of person who tells the internet what to do. I don't tell fans what to do. I don't tell anyone what to do except my kid. But I need y'all to calm the fuck down. We can no longer have Drake in the same conversation as J. Cole and Kendrick. The nigga did not make a rap album. The nigga did not make a rap album.
He didn't.
He made a dance album and gave y'all one verse. He gave y'all one rap verse on his dance album. Yeah, you might want to slide all the way out because I'm about to wild out.
Oh, no, please do your thing. I mean, get your shit off.
The nigga
I'm
gave
not
you
disagreeing with you.
The nigga gave you one rap verse. The sing-songy nigga gave you one verse. He gave y'all an album of dancing. He gave y'all an album of move your feet. What's the go-go shit called? What Justin Timberlake tried to do?
Beat your feet.
He gave y'all an album to beat your feet to. He didn't rap. Enough. No more J. Cole. No more Kendrick comparisons. Even the big podcasters are saying, oh, if Drake's album numbers come back above 300 first week, we might have to have a new conversation about J. Cole and Kendrick.
Can I speak on that? Can I speak on the numbers conversation? Because, yeah, I heard that too. But here's the thing about numbers. Drake is a huge star. Drake is a huge artist. No matter what Drake does, Drake will do the numbers. Because people, it's just like when a television show comes out and premieres, and it's a show that everybody loves. The first episode does great. Why? Because everybody's anticipating it. Everybody wants to hear it, see it, consume it, whatever. Yes, Drake will do the numbers because people are seeking the music out. Drake is not necessarily doing the numbers because people like it. And then a lot of times what happens with the internet age is that you do numbers because people don't like it. Because then someone else says, wait, is it that bad? Drake's album is that bad? Let me go listen to it.
That's right.
So the numbers conversation, honestly, is bullshit at this point.
Yes.
When it comes to the internet age, because it's not like people are physically getting up and going to the record store and buying shit. So it's very easy for you to be like, oh, I'm going to go listen to it just because my friend said they didn't like it. Whereas you're probably not going to go buy the CD that your friend said they didn't like. You're probably going to leave it on the shelf and maybe borrow it from somebody if you really wanted to hear how bad it was. But you're not going to go out and spend $16.99 to buy it. Not the way that people consume music now, where it's like, oh, Doja Cat made she likes to do eccentric things and whatever and eclectic things. So, oh, let me go check that out because somebody said it was cool. That's how these people do numbers today. That's where the numbers are coming from. So the numbers conversation is bullshit. I don't care how big these podcasters are. That conversation is bullshit. Who cares if he does more than Kendrick? Yes, in the grand scheme of things, do we have to have a conversation about the fact that he did better than Kendrick did when he came out? Sure, but the reality of the situation is those numbers are fudged. They're bullshit. They don't matter because people will listen to music that they think is bad.
My thing is, let's compare people to the people who do what they do.
Yes, of course.
Drake does pop music. I've been saying this for a long time.
He's been doing pop
Drake does pop music. Mm-hmm. Then let's compare Drake to pop artists.
Right.
Put his numbers next to Ariana Grande's numbers. And whoever else does pop. I don't listen to pop, so I can't tell you who's the 5 hottest pop people right now. Put him next to them.
So
I don't want to hear anymore.
So let me ask you a question.
Hold on, I don't want to hear shit else about Kendrick and Cole with this nigga. This nigga don't rap. He sings, he dances. That's what he's doing. He now has 2 albums that y'all don't like, not me, that Drake fans don't like. Certified Lover Boy did not do well. When certified, I don't know what the numbers are now, but I know the response when the album came out was "This is not it." The nigga gave you 2 "This is not it." Thing 1 and thing 2. How many more albums? Kendrick ain't give y'all "This is not it." Cole didn't give y'all "This is not it." That's who y'all gonna keep comparing this nigga to? No, no mas, no. When Jay was the man, if Jay did 2 back-to-back "This is not it" albums, niggas would have said, nah, Hove is over. It's over for Hove. Get him out. When Eminem started doing all the crazy shit and rapping 900 million words in a bar, you know what niggas said? This is not it. Take him off that top tier. He ain't up there right now. He used to be. I don't want to hear any more shit about fucking Drake with the rest of these niggas. Don't tell me Drake is the GOAT. Don't tell me Drake is the best rapper. No, he's the best singer, nigga. He's the best pop artist.
Real shit.
He's the best melodic, whatever y'all want to call these niggas.
Real shit. I'm not mad at your take, because I think that yeah, we got to start having a real conversation about Drake.
Yeah. And his fans. Oh, you wanted to ask me something, but I said, hold on. You remember?
I don't remember.
I'm sorry. I'm coming in hot today. And now, one more thing about Drake's fans. And really, go ahead.
I remember. So you're saying we can't put him up next to Kendrick because Kendrick just had an album come out. We can't put him next to Cole. So does that mean that we should be comparing Drake to, what's the little white boy name?
Justin Bieber?
No, the one that we reviewed.
Jack Harlow?
Jack Harlow.
I don't know. What does Jack Harlow do? He sings? You listen to it. I didn't listen to it.
It's like...
Because they said he was Diet Drake.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like his sound... I feel like he's trying to...
See, my thing is...
I'm not
for example...
I don't want to compare him to Drake, but because I think that Drake... Whatever Drake does is better. Not talking about his last 2 albums, but just in general, whatever Drake does is better. But the sound, like that same type of
sing-songy,
like that sort of hybrid, like poppy type of rap is what he does. I don't know why.
Sure.
I want to say,
but Jack I think it's too soon for Jack Harlow to be in those conversations.
Right, but I'm just saying, if we have to compare, who are we comparing Drake to?
Pop stars.
Okay.
That's what he is, a pop star. He's been a pop star. Listen to the singles he has out. Those are not rap singles.
Right.
Controller is not a rap single. No. One Dance is not a rap single. Ooh. What's the other shit? Passion Fruit, not a rap single.
Hated that song.
What are the other Drake singles?
Hotline Bling.
Hotline Bling. That's a rap single?
You used to call
That's a hip hop single? It's a pop single. What's the other shit where he did the fake stinky leg? Drake had a record, the Hokey Pokey. You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yes, you do.
The Hokey Pokey.
Something Slide. It was called Something Slide. Left foot stomp, right foot slide.
Oh, didn't that come out during lockdown?
Yeah, it was a single.
I did not listen to that song. I have no idea what it was called.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Wasn't a rap single.
Of. No, wasn't. I thought he just did that because everybody was dancing to things on TikTok and he wanted people to dance to his song.
Sure. Guess what? Not a rap song.
No.
Drake is a pop artist. Oh, Drake is a pop artist. Mm-hmm. We have to stop comparing him. Y'all have to stop comparing him to other rappers. Or, I can't even say other. Scratch that. 2 rappers. 2 MCs. No. He's not Cole. He's not Drake. He's not Wale. He's not Jay-Z. He's not Nas. He's not Eminem. He's not none of these niggas. He is a pop artist. When Drake sits down and makes records, he don't make it for rap fans. He makes it for pop fans. He want to steal the light from Ariana Grande, from Justin Bieber, from Justin Timberlake. Those are the people he want to steal the spotlight from. I'm not trying to hear this best rapper alive shit. And the next shit
Oh,
is
who's saying that these days about Drake?
Drake, Cole.
Oh, well, they're friends.
I don't give a fuck if they're friends. I don't want to hear these comparisons anymore.
I'm just,
Y'all have to stop.
okay.
If niggas come out and say, hey, Drake is the best rapper. Drake is the best rapper alive. Drake is so dope.
I mean,
you know when Drake is dope? When there's a time and a place in the title.
Listen,
the nigga does dance music. The nigga does pop music. I don't want to hear it anymore. Y'all have to stop. It's over.
I'm a Drake fan, but I'm not going to go and say that Drake is the best rapper alive.
That's what they be saying. They be saying top 3 is Hove, Kanye, and Drake. And I don't like that conversation for mad reasons. We'll go back to it when we do our Kanye episode, which is coming very soon. Mm-hmm. That's niggas say the best top 3 in the game is Drake, Kanye, and Hove. I'm not. It's over. Kanye does gospel, and Drake does dance. I don't want to hear it anymore. No. And the next thing niggas gotta stop doing, which is not only Drake fans, y'all super fans, y'all stans, y'all have to stop making excuses for niggas. If the music is trash, it's trash.
Well, and I said that earlier. I don't think that you should apologize for. Well, I think Drake was trying to apologize for himself. But I don't think that we should be doing that. I think that it's okay for... First of all, it's okay for an artist to have a miss. Everything is not going to be the same. And it's... I would imagine is...
Nothing was the same.
Nothing was the same. I would imagine that artists have a hard time trying to top themselves.
Of course.
After they've been in the game for so long.
Of course.
And so...
And there's tons of pressure when you have a great project, when people really like a project, because now they're expecting the same project, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste.
Right.
Or they're expecting better and 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 better. Absolutely.
And
no denying that.
And so I honestly kind of can see how someone would want to divert from the stuff that people are used to in order to take the heat off of trying to measure up to things that people have loved in the past, right?
Sure.
So I could totally see him being like, the same way you're saying he phoned it in. I could totally see him being like, well, I really don't feel like dealing with, oh, hey, he's not as good a rapper as he was in 2009 or whatever people say.
Okay.
Or he's not as good as Cole, or he's not as good as Kendrick.
Or he wanted to just experiment.
Or he wanted to experiment, which is fine too.
Nothing wrong with either of those.
And all of those things could be true also. Absolutely. And I could see him being like, I'm gonna just do something completely different.
And that's okay.
That they can't say, kind of to your point, like they can't talk about Kendrick next to me right now. They can't do this. We also need to point out the fact that we don't know when this album was really supposed to come out.
I don't give a fuck about that. I'm sorry. You can finish. I don't give a fuck about when it was supposed to come out. Because that's a rumor too. They're saying that Universal dropped the album before it was ready, before Drake was ready to release it, which I don't believe. They said the same thing about Don the One.
Oh, I wasn't going to say that they released it before he was ready to. I was going to point out the fact that he released it right after Beyonce said that she was going to put out an album in July. Okay. And so my assumption was that perhaps he did not want to come out when Beyonce, it was... Right. That's what I was trying to get at, is that Beyonce is huge.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody wants their little dance album to come out when Beyonce's album comes out. So
now that's who you compare Drake to.
So I assumed that, and I've heard a couple people say it, but I assumed when he all of a sudden, like, you heard about Beyonce somewhere between midnight and I would say 7 a.m. And then a couple hours later, by mid-afternoon, Drake was like,
Album tonight.
album tonight. I don't think that was a coincidence, is the only point that I was trying to make.
No, that's good. And that's a good one. And that's also a good person to compare him to.
Sure.
That's a huge pop star.
Mm-hmm.
Put them over there.
Okay.
I'm saying, let's do apples to apples.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear anybody comparing Rakim to Michael Jackson.
Because that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. Drake's not a rapper. He's a pop star. Now, I don't want to hear any more excuses. This is not about Drake fans only. A lot of fans do this. Somebody drops an album. It's mediocre. It sucks. It's not that great. It's not as good as their last album. And people want to make excuses. Oh, nah, you got to listen to it in the club. Oh, nah, you got to listen to it in the stadium. Oh, nah, you got to understand what they was going through at the time. No, I don't.
I agree with you. I don't think that where you listen to something, I think that it could be, I think that we have visceral reactions to certain things in certain spaces, right? So if you hear something in the club, the reason why today I like to listen to things like Laffy Taffy and I don't know, Swag Surf is because I was in the club, I was in college and I was in the club listening to that music. I have a visceral reaction to the music when I hear it now because it takes me back to a time where that was great and that was fun in my life, right? Okay. It elicits, it fires off memories for me.
Sure.
And so, yeah, like that happens.
Sure.
But I don't think that, what's my train of thought?
People need to listen things in certain places.
I don't think that people need to, I don't think that I have to be in the club to hear that.
Nope.
I think that it's the associations that we make that make us think that, oh, in the stadium, this, and sure, if you're in the car and you're blasting something, the energy you feel, and again, it's a personal feeling, it's a personal connection that you feel towards music. That is why I think people say those things. But you don't have to know. First of all, everybody doesn't have access to a stadium to go listen to fucking Kanye Donda just because Kanye said that it was cool to listen to it in a stadium, or it's better to listen. Then make music for people who go to stadiums.
Let me tell you something.
That doesn't make any sense.
In 1997,
shit irritates me.
Life After Death came out. The big smash single all over the radio and anywhere and everywhere you went was Mo Money, Mo Problems. Mm-hmm. In 1997, I was a young buck. Okay. In 1997, I was all of 10 years old.
That was my shit, though.
And I didn't listen to hip-hop, a story for another time. Mm-hmm. But when Life After Death came out, when Mo Money, Mo Problems came out, it didn't matter if I was at home. It didn't matter if the stereo was on. Mm-hmm. It didn't matter if we were watching MTV. It didn't matter if I was outside playing with other kids and a car passed by. It didn't matter where the fuck I was. When Mo Money, Mo Problems came on, everyone and anyone lost their mind.
That is a really good example because that's true. I think that's a universal thing. I don't think that's just you. I think a lot of people would say the same thing about that.
Because quality music is quality music. It doesn't matter if you're on the train, a plane, a bus, on the toilet bowl. It doesn't matter where the fuck you are. Quality music is quality music. And I'm going to put an asterisk here. Mm-hmm. Music is subjective. Yes. Mm-hmm. Music is art. Mm-hmm. Yes. But you know why y'all niggas is acting like that? Because y'all know the shit didn't measure up to the bar. That's why y'all are saying, oh, nah, but you got to put on the AirPod Pros to really understand. No, shut the fuck up. No, we don't. You got no, but you can't. You got to understand. You can't listen to this on headphones. You got to listen to this in surround sound. Uh, uh, Shut the fuck up.
I agree. I agree with you.
If it's quality music, it doesn't matter if I put the phone to my ear. It doesn't matter if it's playing out my laptop. It doesn't matter if it's coming out of a car because it's quality music.
The apologists irritate me.
But that's the thing. It's not an apologist. It's an excuse. It's not, hey, I'm sorry that it's not so good. Hey, he's having a hard life. Right? Hey, listen. Hey, right now life is really hard for him.
The excuses
So
irritate
so
me
this
then.
album, you got to give him a little bit of leeway. No. I could even understand that because I'm a fan of some artists who've been through some wild shit. And I'm like, I could hear you really going through it on this album. In fact, let me tell y'all a little secret. And I'm going to quote Nas. Nas once said, they say the artist who truly suffers, his shit is the best.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
You know why? Because all the pain and suffering is bleeding out into the music.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck niggas love Mary J. Blige?
Oh, because she feels what she's talking about.
It don't matter if you're having a great day or the worst day of your life. When you hear Mary J. Blige,
she takes you right to that
she
place.
She takes you to the exact place that she's at.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
God bless the dead. DMX, when you put DMX on,
DMX is a good example.
Whether he is praying or partying, he takes you to that exact moment. It don't matter what you're feeling. You could be having the best day ever. When that nigga says, I'm ready to meet him, I'm ready to go, you like, damn, I'm totally here with you. Mm-hmm. I'm ready to meet him too.
Well, that's good music.
And when that nigga come on and say, y'all gonna make me lose my mind, you ready to wild out. You know why? Because it's quality music.
Yeah, good music is, yes, you're right, it's subjective, but also there's some music that is hard to debate. It just is. But unfortunately,
they gotta stop.
People make these, and I agree with you. I don't like the excuses. I don't where you listen to it changes. No, it doesn't change the music.
No.
Maybe you hear it better. Maybe there are maybe there was maybe there's instrumentation that you weren't catching. Maybe there's, pieces of the beat that
right.
You might pick up better.
You didn't catch an ad lib when you heard it on the speakers, but when you put it in the earbuds, the ones that's like all the way in, you're like, oh, I never heard him say fuck y'all.
Right.
That was so low. The big speakers, the bass was drowning out fuck y'all.
I think I think that's what happens with music. I think that's how the environment affects what you're listening to. But in terms of the actual music, whether it's good or not, music doesn't change because you changed rooms. If I listen to Drake's album in this closet, it ain't gonna change the fact that I listened to it out there and didn't like it.
You gotta have women around you. You gotta listen to this when you smoking some hookah.
That's so dumb. You gotta have women around you to like the music. Well, what?
Let me tell you something. I don't like Laffy Taffy, but I get the same feeling if I'm on the shitter and someone is playing Laffy Taffy, and if I'm in the club and someone plays Laffy Taffy. No disrespect to y'all. I know somebody this your favorite shit on the planet. It's not my cup of tea.
I feel attacked because
it's not my cup of tea. I mentioned it because you mentioned it.
because I mentioned it.
I know, and that's why I'm using the same example. But my point is, it was a smash.
I feel personally victimized.
It was a smash. It was a slap. It was a hit. It still is all of those things. It don't matter where I'm at. It doesn't matter. When I hear It Ain't No Joke by Eric B. and Rakim, guess what? It don't matter where the fuck I'm at. I still get the same feeling. I don't have to go listen to it on a boombox the size of the two of us and carry it on my shoulder to rock out while I hear it. No. I don't need to listen to it like that to feel like it's 1988 again and I'm rocking out to it. No. Stop the fucking excuses. You don't got to listen to anything anywhere. No. Just call it what it is. Listen, this wasn't the best one. I am a huge fan of many artists.
Mm-hmm.
I quote people all the time. All of my favorite artists, they have songs that were not good.
Yeah.
All of my favorite artists who have more than 3 albums, they probably got an album that wasn't the best. They probably got an album I don't even really like that much. Even all of my favorites.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to make excuses. Let it be what it is. Stop trying to fight niggas with excuses. Because real niggas don't do that.
But people do it because it's Drake.
People do it because it's an artist they like. Because they do it for any artist.
Okay, yes. But I think that Drake gets even more grace.
Because he's got a bigger fan base.
Because he's Drake.
Because he's got a bigger fan base.
Yes.
The smaller your fan base, the less people are going to do that. Drake has a lot of people batting for him. He has a huge fan base. So yeah, of course that's going to happen. But same thing. Jay-Z had albums when Jay-Z was quote unquote the man. That niggas was like, sorry, Jay, this wasn't the one. We wasn't out here like, oh, nah, but you got to understand. If you don't listen to this on the train when you're having a bad day, then you won't like this album. Nigga, shut the fuck up. It just wasn't his best album. That's it.
Good music shouldn't you shouldn't have to wait for a bad day to appreciate good music, because the good music, like you were saying, should take you back to that bad day. You shouldn't need to actually have one in order to appreciate the music.
If Mary J. Blige No More Drama comes on, I could be having the best day of my life.
More drama.
I could be having the best day of my life. Exactly. You still gonna feel it right here.
You feel it in your soul. You do.
It don't matter what kind of day you having.
You do.
If More Money, More Problems comes on, I'm sorry, More Money, More Problems comes on, it don't matter if I'm having the worst day of my life. I'm still BIGPOPPA.
No info for the DEA. Federal agents mad because I'm flagrant. Tap myself and the phone in the basement. My team supreme, stay clean. Triple beam, lyrical dream. I'll be that. Catch you see at all events. Bent gas on holsters, girls on shoulders. Playboy, I told you. All right.
You see?
Right.
She's in the closet. It doesn't matter where she was. If she was on the shitter and heard that, she might have fell off the shitter, but she probably would do the same thing. I'm giving extreme examples to prove a point. Quality music is quality music.
Okay.
I don't want to hear any more fucking excuses because you're a fan of the artist. If the shit ain't it, it's not it. That's okay. If you're a real fan, you'll still be there for the next thing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I know this is a long pod, but we have one more thing to say. Speaking of excuses, Meg Thee Stallion did another interview. We're not talking about this shit anymore.
No. I'm not talking about it.
Until a verdict comes out.
Yeah.
Until there is a verdict.
Or a dismissal or something.
Until there is a final decision in the court proceedings, we will no longer be discussing it. Because there are way too many excuses. There are way too many games. There are way too many media tricks.
I don't know why she's still doing interviews.
But we will not be discussing it here.
And this is not a reflection on believing anyone or anything like that. This is just it feels like we shouldn't be a part of it. Like, it shouldn't be this. It's too much chatter going on.
It's just a lot.
And it's too much. Yeah, we don't need to continue to discuss it. I hope that they come to the conclusions that they need to come to. But yes,
it's too much. Right. And at this point, we've already given y'all 40 minutes or an hour of the interview last time with Gayle King. Mm-hmm. We don't need to do this every time that one of them speaks publicly.
Right. Y'all can go look for
So
that if you
yeah,
interested in the magazine interview she did recently. But
it's over for us.
yeah, we're not
Like
doing
it's
that
over for
anymore.
Drake. Oh my bad.
You think? Let me ask you something then.
What's up?
You say it's over for Drake. Do you think
I don't.
that?
I'm being a dick. I don't think it's over for Drake.
No, I want to ask. Do you think that Drake comes back? Comes back. He's here, but Drake comes back,
To hip hop.
knocks it out of the park.
A hip hop album, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then what? Then do we get to talk about him next to the other guys again?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know that he'll ever do that, but
I don't have a problem. My thing is, let's compare apples
to apples.
to apples. I'm not gonna compare what Future does to what Nas does.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. And so I'm not gonna do that every time Future drops an album and then Nas drops an album in the same year or in the same 2 years and be, oh man, but you know,
Well, that's what we do.
the Future album had 10 hits.
As a
Nas
culture.
only had 2. They don't do the same thing.
As a culture, that's what we do.
But
and
that's
I
part
hate
of
it.
the
I
problem with
say it
hip
all the time.
hop. Yep.
I say it all the time to you off
pod.
Pod. I say I don't understand why we're comparing these two people.
And I don't want to hear it anymore.
It frustrates me because it's like, one, I think that we're allowed to like two different artists.
Absolutely.
So the comparison is moot as far as I'm concerned. I think that in hip hop there is an element of competition that is just like built into the culture, and that's why we
that's where it stems from.
Getting into these conversations. But really, if I want to listen to Cole, Kendrick, and Drake, I'm free to do so.
It is your right to do so.
Whether
and I don't have a problem with that.
Better than the other.
I don't have a problem with that. I listen to a wide range of hip hop artists. I have no problem with that. My R&B is from way the fuck back all the way till today. Right. I don't have a problem with people having range. You should have range. You should seek what makes you happy. Right. My problem is if we're going to compare, then it should be apples to apples. Right. That's my same beef with some of the past versus battles. Right. It's like, oh, you have a person who does some totally different shit than the other person. Why is this a battle?
The versus battles didn't make sense, but that
okay, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I still think one of the best. I think one of the best battles was really a party, which was T-Pain versus Little John. It was a lot of the same stuff because T-Pain has very R&B based records, but he's got a ton of up-tempo party, rock to music, and that's what Little John does. It was a party. You could put it on right now and clean your crib, or right now and pour some drinks, shots, whatever you like, and have a blast. Yeah. It was a great battle because they did the same things. But you can't compare fucking people who do different shit. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh man, is Aerosmith better than Linkin Park? They don't do the same shit. Why the fuck are we having this conversation? Right. Because they're both classified in the same genre? No. And that's the thing. That is the problem. We want to compare people who don't have shit to do with each other. And it's really because that's who niggas like. Because really, when you get to the, let's say this is the top tier of hip hop, when you start going down, niggas don't do that. No. Who do they compare Talib Kweli to? Don't worry, I'll wait. Who do they compare Dead Presidents to? Don't worry, I'll wait. Who do they compare UGK to? Don't worry, I'll wait. It's only when you get to a certain tier that they want to start playing the comparison game.
That's true.
And I understand why. But I also understand that then it needs to be apples to apples. That's why I personally don't compare Biggie to Pac.
Oh, I don't.
It's not apples to apples. Even if you want to do albums. Pac has 9 million albums. Biggie has 2.5.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
That comparison has never made sense. But, like...
Unless you're going to say Pac's first 3 albums against Biggie's first 3 albums, then maybe we can have a conversation. But if you tell me discography versus... How can I do that?
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
But we do that all the time.
But again, yes, it's a culture of we need to be able to stack two people against each other.
But then it needs to be people who do the same stuff.
Sure.
Don't tell me Bow Wow versus Biggie. Don't tell me Bow Wow versus Snoop Dogg. They don't do the same stuff.
Bow Wow would be offended that you said that.
I know. I know he would.
He would be so. What you mean? I can't be in the same conversation as. Okay, put some respect on my name.
But it has to be people who do the same thing, or at least in the same realm.
Right.
If J. Cole was doing sing-songy albums, if J. Cole drop an album tomorrow and it's on some sing-songy views type shit, then I say, okay, now let's compare him to Drake.
Right. Yeah.
It's not what J. Cole's doing. J. Cole's last album sound like some I Gotta Prove Myself to Y'all mixtape. And it's fucking bars heavy. Even though there's melodic stuff, there's some sing-songy, but it ain't the Drake shit. So then we can't keep comparing these niggas.
I agree. I think
so. No, I don't think it's. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You laid it out, and I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I think that's absolutely true.
Yeah, like niggas want to compare passion fruit to apples, pun intended. Like, no.
I see what you did there.
I try.
I see what you did there. Well, any final thoughts?
I think I said more than enough.